aka Classy.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 FM.
Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by your speak for the Martin French Is alright? Check it out at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Woman 2, and St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. You come to everyone at the 103.5 FM, right? Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Today, the 29th day of April 2024. Today is a Monday and the time is a minute past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please, stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to political broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. And this morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on The Guardian, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, The Nation. This day, and if time permits, we are also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Nasima partners reps to promote trade agreements. Racism. Human Rights Writers Association seeks sanction against a Chinese shop. Indian language school proprietors. Federal University Oyo-Ekiti denies alleged sexual assault, robbery attack on students. Petrol scarcity to last another 2 weeks, says Eichmann. Presidential fleet gobs $8 million in 2 years amid safety concerns. Police probe death of man at VGC Park, Lagos. Bello. CHRICED calls for emergency in Kogi. NAFDAC debunks sale of Nesto formula. NAFDAC debunks sale of Nesto formula with SS sugar. FEM calls for robust agricultural policy to curb food inflation. Ogun accident. Gas truck victims, debris evacuated. Socioeconomic rights and accountability projects sues NMPC over missing $2.04 billion for 164 billion naira oil revenues. Socioeconomic rights and accountability projects sues NMPC over missing $2.04 billion, 164 billion naira oil revenues. Invictus Games. Military ready to host Prince Harry wife in May. FRSC PETROAN review cost of Rivers tanker fire. Lamido slams northern governors over security meeting in US. Tinubu may sack, replace some ministers at first anniversary. TAP marks a feeding program anniversary. Insecurity in Nigeria, winning strategies to defeating the enemies within. Foundation tax businesses on alternatives to plastic bags. AHF Nigeria holds advocacy training in Akwa Ibom. People with disabilities commend Tinubu route for Teju Osho as Edu's replacement. Expert blames a political elite for infrastructure deficit, underdevelopment. Ondo election, gunmen assassinate Ayedatiwa's campaign coordinator. 19 die in Kogi road accident. APC group dissociates from protests calling for Ganduje's resignation. Economic hardship, Senator Umar urges Nigerians to remain resolute. Nigeria military, we've taken this. Nigeria managing Naira value to stop corruption. Tinubu. Nigerian Air Force strikes terrorists in Niger. Economic saboteurs in Niger Delta. Floods. Lagos Assembly tax Sanwo-Olu on dredging of drainage channels. Kanu Commission of Inquiry investigating Ganduje begins sitting. Federal University, Oyo-Ekiti, we've taken this. National Assembly to engage Tinubu for constitutional review, says Deputy Speaker. Yahaya Bello flees Kogi state funds like a personal ATM for 8 years. Indigenes. Nemet predicts a 3-day thuggery. Nemet predicts 3-day thundry. Sunny weather conditions. Kwara. Police assure residents of safety amidst jailbreak in Niger. Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. Federal government begins demolition of affected properties. FCT, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps, arrests 111 suspects in 3 months. Police arrest 2 suspected kidnappers. Rescue expectant mother in Enugu. Projects. Wike laws contractors for keeping to their promises. Mufwang pledges support for establishment of Taruk University, Langtang. Impersonation. Nigeria Army hands over dismissed soldier, 3 others to police. Zulum inaugurates 23-man Borno's Hajj committee. Chetima urges political leaders to project Nigeria's cultural diversity. FCCPC plans more raids to stop unfair trade practices. Makinde, OYSIEC, NMPP commend peaceful council polls as APC 6 cancellation. Kanu APC crisis, Northern Central. Kanu APC crisis, North Central Forum tackles state chairman over Ganduje's endorsement. Chetima urges leaders to prioritize unity despite Nigeria's cultural diversity. You are wrong. Nigerians tells Inspector General of Police over call for police, FRSC, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps merger. Unified Nigeria, key to fighting terrorism, says Defense Chief. Undo 2024, Palais aggrieved aspirants. APC chieftain tax Ayedatiwa. Contractors in police custody over Kanu building collapse. Scores feared dead. 70 vehicles are burnt as patrol tanker explodes in rivers. Leadership deficit stifling Nigeria's anti-corruption efforts, says Don. Zulum appoints 15 people with disabilities into Brunu education sector. Others. Fubara visits tanker fire scene, promises support for victims. Kiamo implores aviation stakeholders to downscale climate information. Environmental pollution group urges federal government to halt ecological genocide in Niger Delta. Edo 2024, Obi disowns PDP Guba campaign cancel. Edo 2024, Obi disowns PDP Guba campaign cancel. Stakeholders applaud PINL over fight against oil theft. Ikorodu, Itokin road repair. Sanwo-Olu, Abiru, commend Umai, make case for dualization. And that's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Guardian newspaper, I will flip over to the Leadership newspaper. Expert profiles solution to Nigeria's healthcare affordability crisis. Tinubu government awards contract to revamp Hotel Presidential. Tinubu vows to use technology to bend the curve of corruption. Tetima off to Nairobi for IDA Heads of State Summit. Flood alert. Environmentalist urges proactive actions. Abuja Chinese supermarket discriminated against Nigerians. FCCPC. Nyanya residents allowed Wike over restoration of potable water. 2027 mischievous critics targeting Tinubu's ministers. Senator Ezia Mons Ayogu Eze. Senator Ezia Mons Ayogu Eze. You lack moral right to advise Tinubu group, tells PDP. Ondo Deputy Governor tax electorate on voter cards. Moves, betrayers destroying PDP. Senator Suswan. Don't give tax holiday incentive. CITN urges federal government. Prices of foodstuff drop in Adamawa, Brunu, Yobe. Zenith Bank shareholder approves holding company structure. ECA urges youth to raise voices to shaping Africa's development. Housing Firms Association gets new leadership. Why Naira keeps depreciating. Senate. In Saudi, Tinubu secures $600 million max investment for Nigerian ports. Federal government approves the design of Sokoto Badagry Road project. Water supply cut off cripples businesses in Sokoto. Water supply cut off cripples businesses in Sokoto. Fuel subsidy removal necessary for Nigeria's economy. Tinubu recapitalization. Banking stocks decline by 2.069 trillion naira in 16 days. ECOWAS Parliament, FCT to restore normalcy at a conference center. Bullying in our schools. Calls for new National Assembly turns a deaf ear, proceeds with amendment. Calls for new constitution. National Assembly turns a deaf ear, proceeds with amendment. Kanu begins approval of Ganduje today. The dying public school. Sokoto Badagry Highway project set to kick off as federal government approves design. Lagos Calabar Road, government plans rearrangement, flyovers to connect Lekki Port, Dangote DreamWorks reiterates commitment to affordable tech products. Return 250 million naira bribe to Kanu government. Group tells anti-Ganduje protesters. GWR boxing. Bachale's serial blackmail must be confronted. Defeated. Sports minister. Man City beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 to mount a pressure on Arsenal. Chitima off to Nairobi. We've taken this. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project court urges court to compel NMPCL to account for missing oil revenues. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project urges court to compel NMPCL to account for missing oil revenues. Unknown gunmen kill APC returning officer in Ondo. Kanu panel probing Ganduje's tenure begins sitting Monday. Police arrest 2 for car theft. Recovers stolen vehicles in FCT. Man allegedly kills wife over infidelity in Ekiti. Customs exchange rate for cargo clearance appreciates by 8.8%. Intellectual property rights pivotal to Nigeria's economic growth. Naji. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. From the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to the Vanguard newspaper. Why Nigeria is not growing as expected. Duke, Ghana. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Federal government begins enforcement of right of way. Attorney General Aduke and the burden of freedom by Shady Odinkalo. The Indian general elections. SEDC bill as a new foundation for peace, prosperity, and justice in Nigeria. Fuel scarcity will last for 2 more weeks. IPMAN. Fuel scarcity will last for 2 more weeks. Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN. Why Naira depreciated by 23% in 4 days? Currency dealers, analysts, Ukuama Ewu. We didn't summon Amagbenyi, militant kingpin, community. National Assembly Committee on Constitutional Review, a journey to where our generals must know when to halt or pull back. Federal government unveils $10 billion diaspora investment fund. Why we've taken this? You expose our ignorance. Lamido, Lambasta, Northern governors over US 3. Edo 2024 will be Shaibu, Ajokto, Tako Obaseki over Igadolo's candidacy. Yoruba is it from Nigeria. Rumble in Southwest over Akintoye. Sunday, Igboho's letter to Tinubu. Yoruba is it from Nigeria. Rumble in Southwest over Akintoye. Sunday, Igboho's letter to Tinubu. General Mutala had nothing. He died poor. Ambassador Aminu Wali. NMPP orders banks to stop transactions on parties' accounts nationwide. Gas explosion. Abiodun moves to regulate trucks carrying inflammable products. First Lady, Senator Tinubu, commiserates with Fubara families of tanker explosion victims. All products in Abuja Chinese supermarket labeled in Chinese currency. FCCPC. Tanker explosion caused fire deaths. 120 vehicles burnt Fubara. Black weekend in Rivers as a pregnant woman. Others die. 79 vehicles burnt in fire disaster. Why the rich is getting richer, the poor poorer in Nigeria. Experts. Currency manipulation. EFCC arrests 34 currency speculators in Abuja. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Ogun schools resume today. Abuja Chinese supermarket risk 10 million naira fine. FCCPC. Lawmaker proposes clamp down on illegal dump sites. Lagos to review land grabbing law. General Hospital gets a blood bank fridge donation. Police launch a probe as gunmen kill Ayeda Tiwa's campaign coordinator. Abiodun orders residents evacuation after Ogun gas explosion. Minister mourns ex-Senate spokesman. Rivers explosion. FRSC blames drivers as Tinubu governors among victims. Federal government must monitor 200 billion naira MSME intervention funds. APC chieftain. JAMB set to release 2024 UTME results. Ministry empowers 50 widows in Lagos. Rivers local government chairman seek court police protection. Removing fuel subsidy saved Nigeria from bankruptcy. Tinubu. Petrol scarcity. Fuel crisis worsens as depots divert PMS to Abuja. Constitution amendment. National Assembly revisits proposed alterations rejected by Buhari orders. Ex-Gambian Vice President leads ECOWAS election observers to Togo. Submit to EFCC. Autumn advises Yahaya Bello. Nigerian Air Force bombs 18 illegal refineries. Niger terrorist hideout. Para Ekiti communities trade war on land ownership. PDP wins Oyo 33 local government seats. Burkina Faso suspends Guardian. Duchess Weller. Other news media. Burkina Faso suspends Guardian. Duchess Weller. Other news media. Bullying. Federal government set up panel to approve Abuja school. Tinubu's removal of fuel subsidy justified, says ex-PDP presidential aspirant. APC chieftain collapses, dies in Abia church service. Nigeria must invest in technology to fight corruption. Tinubu tells Bill Gates. Lagos, Ondo, Taraba top in highest Okada fares in March. MBS. Address fuel crisis or expect mass action. Obafemi Awolowo University students tells federal government. Chetima to attend development summit in Kenya. Police probe Ayeda Tiwa's campaign coordinator's assassination. Abiodun orders evacuation. Compensation after gas explosion. Nigeria ripe for tech investments. Tinubu tells Samsung. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to the Daily Post newspaper. Tinubu meets Microsoft founder Bill Gates in Saudi Arabia. Don't disgrace ex-governors. Autumn tells Yahaya Bello. Female circumcision punishable with 4 years imprisonment. NAPTIP. Benue government to reopen schools of nursing. Fuel scarcity bites harder in Kwara. Borno, Zulum visits Malam Fatori. Commends Tinubu for tackling insurgency. Palestinian president raises alarm about possible Israeli attack on Rafah. Tinubu secures $600 million seaport infrastructure investment with shipping giant Maersk. Abia government knocks security personnel for aiding environmental sanitation defaulters. Tinubu expresses grief over tanker fire incident in Rivers. Islamic group condemns prison authorities over incessant jailbreaks. State police will worsen security situation in Nigeria. Suswan. And that's the most we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. SS debt, a loss to Nigeria, says Minister. Lafarge's commitment to innovation. Others excite governor. Agri-tech firm partners Agri-tech firm partners unveil facility to boost animal health. Enough of sponsored campaign against Adelabu. Civil society organization warns. Umai gets presidential directive in Sokoto Badagry highway design. State. Senate plans action on Naira. Tinubu will deploy technology against corruption. Danish firm Max to invest $600 million in Apapa Port. Others, Ogun Agro Cargo Airport, a product of visionary leadership. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Fuel pump price sells between 700 naira to 710 naira per litre in Aba. Police about to recapture fleeing Suleja inmates. Edo 2024 APC Obiburu pledges to reduce tuition fees in state varsity. Federal government to upgrade facilities, laboratories of 50 public secondary schools nationwide. Rivers disaster. Rivers disaster. Governors Forum seek safer method of transporting petroleum products. Queues return to fuel stations in Ibadan. 15-year-old Enugu secondary school student commits suicide over expulsion. 15-year-old Enugu secondary school student commits suicide over expulsion. Oyo local government polls. Why PDP won all seats. Oyelade. Police arrest 2. Recover stolen vehicles in FCT. Security agencies get biometric details of 105 Suleja fleeing inmates. And that's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Tinubu secures $600 million Danish investment to expand existing seaports. Palestinian envoy, U.S. opposition on Palestine becoming full member of UN hypocritical. Palestinian envoy, U.S. opposition on Palestine becoming full member of UN hypocritical. Chetima departs Abuja for IDA summit in Nairobi. Bellows opponents killed, declared missing in 8 years of his reign, Indigenes alleges. Motorists spend nights in Abuja filling stations as a petrol supply dries up. Obaseki chairs BRACED Commission meeting Tuesday, prioritizes agri financing, power, security. Obaseki shares a BRACED Commission meeting Tuesday, prioritizes agri financing, power, security. Lagos Calabar Highway, federal government begins demolition, tells property owners to make sacrifices for Nigeria. Federal government pays Julius Berger 20 billion naira augmentation fee for Bodo Bonny Road. Deployed POS across Nigeria reached 2.68 million in March, 47.36% YOY increase. Telecoms operators urges federal government to address tariff review, regulatory independence. CWG Board of Directors approves a 400% increase in dividend payout. Faduba urges African countries to remove barriers to air transport growth. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on this day newspaper. Please stay with us.
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie, examined by the first. Metal of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. There is a great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia, or at Ebona, the 103.5 FM, Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha, or you go to www.amazon.com, search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 080-3916-7049 or your WhatsApp 080-6579-6599.
Join Divine Galilee Christ Assembly Mission Ogidi on their weekly activities for your undiluted word of God, deliverance, and unlimited blessings. Every Tuesday, prophetic service and deliverance, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every Thursday, counseling, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Every Friday, night of vengeance, 9 p.m. till dawn. Venue, permanent site, former Buzo bus stop, Edoma Estate, Ogidi. Phone 0806 797-3760 or 0813-699-4615. For Asaba branch, every Monday is counseling 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Wednesdays, prophetic service and deliverance 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sundays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Venue number 5, Andy Oko Street, Bonsack, behind the Seat of Wisdom School, Asaba. Phone 0806 595-2899. Hosts Mommy Blessing, aka Anyugo, the General Overseer. Come and experience the light of God.
Ezinụlọ ndị be His Royal Majesty Igwe Sir Dr. Chris Chinedu onye kwuruje eze nya nke mbụ igwe ụmụnya na ndị igwe nke kansụl na ndị otu kansụl chịkọtara ndị omenala na ụmụnya na ndị ụmụnya Development Union na ndị ụmụnya niile na kansụl oyi na Anambra steeti ji ohere wee na-akpọkọ ha na eze ka ha bịa sonye na mmemme ọfala ikpeazụ nke eze nya nke mbụ Igwe Dr. Chris onye kwuruje eze ndị eze na oyi igwe nwe swag igwe nwe kapasiti ụbọchị Tọzdee abalị 2 n'ọnwa Mee 2024 ọ bụrụ ụlọ ọfala na ịka ụka na ụdịpụrụ nnukwu iche ọ ga-adị ime na Igwe Palace ụmụnya ma ọkwelekere ise n'oge uruchi ụbọchị Fraịde abalị 3 n'ọnwa Mee 2024 ọ bụrụ mmemme ọfala ikpeazụ ga-echukwa ụka wee malite ya na St. James Anglican Church ụmụnya emechazie amalite mmemme ọfala ikpeazụ kpọmkwem na Central School ụmụnya opposite St. James Anglican Church ụmụnya bịa n'otu bịakwanụ n'igwe mmemme a ga-adịkwa egwu ndị bịara aka n'ọkwa bụ Priest Emmanuel C. onye kwuruje Ichie Mike Obaka na High Chief Chinedu Ekwugha President General ụmụnya Development Union.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona, the 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Family is the foundation of the society. Now, this never on the 103.5 FM, wherever I can see now. Go to
Papa, Mama, na ụmụaka maka ịmata ike gbasara ezinụlọ sonyelu Classic Lady.
Classic Lady.
N'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5
FM. No girl, the ezinụlọ. Canada na-abịara gị every Tuesday na Friday 3 to 4 p.m.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to this day newspaper. CWG Board of Directors approves a 400% increase in dividend payout. Worrisome attacks on security agents. How many more resignations in Rivers? Wabara, we will resist plot to turn Nigeria into one-party state. When 30 billion naira budget pardon request tears Lukubri, Wabote apart. Lessons from Israel's military chief's resignation. Commonalities between Yahaya Bello and Yadi Sirika. Mike Adenuga, 7 decades and 1 year of an entrepreneur extraordinary. Mike Adenuga, 7 decades and 1 year of entrepreneur extraordinary. Leading a thriving organization. How Vice Admiral Ogala is championing an effective defense of Nigeria's maritime space against threats. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. EFCC, Yahaya Bello's number unreachable autumn. Economic hardship, my late father predicted better Nigeria, Ajanako. Federal government to commence distribution of 50 tons of dates to IDPs. Basepa commends community leaders, cautions defaulters of sanitation exercise. Revealed how federal government directed NSIA to source a $200 million judgment debt awarded Sunrise over Mambila power issue. Rivers tanker inferno. NGF advocates safer means of transporting petroleum products. Electricity regulatory transfer. NSE commends Aida Ariyomu. Others. Dangote Foundation distributes 30,000 bags of rice to vulnerable families in Niger. Civil society organization urges NACON to announce the commencement date of 2024 Hajj airlift. Governor Bago mourns ex-secretary to Niger government. ICC closure. Refrain from attacking Wiki. Arewa group warns critics. Civil society organizations disagree over withdrawal of police support from Kanu Anti-Corruption Agency.